Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Infinite CEO podcast. My name is Meg Spacilli and I am the founder of the Infinite CEO. Okay, I just finished a training almost half an hour ago in the Infinite CEO membership, which is $55 to join, $55 every month. To join into the Infinite CEO membership, where we just dive into anything and everything that is energetic in business. We've dived into your intuition, we've dived into the chakras, and next month we're diving into the divine feminine. But we're also doing a 30-day challenge next month on transforming your fear into faith. And it is just going to be such an amazing month next month in the Infinite CEO. I'm so excited for it because I'm here to help you transform your life. I'm literally here on this planet to help you energetically step into what's possible. So this is the podcast to learn and master your energetics and your mindset for maximum expansion in your life and in your business. This is going to change everything for you. So, how do I shift when I look at my bank balance and I'm not happy with the amount of money that is sitting in my bank account? How do I energetically shift that in that moment? Okay, because as you know, you've been told millions of times by now, I've been told millions of times by now, that what you focus on, you create. What you focus on, you create more of. And when you are having a time in your life where your bank balance is very low, might even be in the negative, when your bank balance is like that, when your 3D reality is not reflecting what you know is possible for you, how do I shift that? Because I can't ignore a low bank balance. I can't ignore that. It is there and it is something to worry about. And it's the worry that traps us. It's not, it's the worry that traps us in there. And so when we're energetically worried about something, we're focusing on it, whether we mean to or not. And we can energetically a million times a day go, I'm just going to pretend that there's that I've got infinite money and I am rich and I am wealthy and I am safe to receive money and that kind of stuff. It's like, we need to shift that, obviously. So when you're looking at your bank balance and you're like, well, I'm really upset with how much money is in there or lack of money. A lack mindset is really hard to shift when you have very little funds and you're not sure how you're going to make it through the week. It's very difficult to pretend to be rich and say the I am rich affirmations when your subconscious and a big part of you is like, one, you're not rich. Stop pretending. Stop being delusional. This is a real problem in front of you. And you can go, there are no real problems and all that other kind of stuff. But at that moment, your consciousness is so focused on how little money that you have. It's very hard to see past that. Very hard to see past that. So you need to, if you're very low in lack mindset, if you've got a huge lack mindset, and I just realized that I'm doing a video at the same time, and I just realized that there's scrap paper in the video. If this is your current 3D reality and you're ready to shift that, you can't remain focused on the fact that you have low funds at the moment. You need to be able to see the potential that is you. You need to be able to step into the potential that is you. And you can't have a lack mindset and infinite potential at the same time. That energy, you're toing and froing. It's you can't have them at the same time. You're going to go, yes, I believe in myself, but you have no money. Yes, I want to do this, but you have no money. It's always going to be there until you make some shifts. Okay? You can't go from negative, very low lack mindset to being super, super positive and having like a $30,000 month, for instance, because that $30,000 is going to run out and you're going to end up at zero again. It's not going to be sustainable for a long period of time because you're going to have that pattern keep trying to pull you back. Your default setting is low. Your default setting is in lack. So we need to get you to neutral ground and have that neutral as your default setting. So maybe I have enough money. I always have enough money. I always have just enough money. I always seem to work it out. I always have enough. And then going into, I always have more than enough. I'm infinite. I have an infinite amount of money that comes to me. If you go from being, I am so in lack to I am an infinite human being, the chances of your subconscious and your subconscious and your nervous system and all those kind of things are going to keep, your ego is going to keep trying to pull you down. I don't want to go from zero money to a $30,000 month and then 2 months later be at zero again. I don't want to do that. I would rather be in the neutral ground and say go from zero to maybe 5K months and then beyond that and get into the ultra positive. So we're going from negative, lack, to neutral, to positive, to ultra positive. And it's going to be like a stepping stone. So if your default setting is neutral and then you're going into positive, and if that pulls you back, you're going to go back to your neutral. You're not going to go back to the lack. Do you see how it's a stepping stone? It builds on each other. You can, I've seen people that have gone so many times. I've seen so many people that have gone from zero to huge injection cash months and then go back to zero because zero is their default setting. You need to create a new default setting at say 5 grand, 10 grand or something like that, so that if you have a 30K month and then it pulls you back, you're going back to a 5K, not a zero. This is huge when you understand it. It's not just about get on the same frequency of money. It's not just about thinking positive all the time. It's not just about the law of attraction. There has to be that energetic, the I am affirmations is not going to get you to the point where you want to be. It's I'm excited that I get to make lots of money and help people. And it's not make lots of money or help people. It's not helping people comes first and making money comes second. They're both first. They're both first. It's not strategy and structure and intuition separately. It's both. Everything has to be both in that way. So when you're going from a lack into I want to become more positive, and this lack is in the 3D version and you haven't been able to go through the gestation period, you haven't gone, here's the lack, I'm no longer doing that, here's a more positive aspect, which is maybe neutral ground for you, and then that becomes your 3D reality. Okay, you've seen now that you can shift in that way. Now you have the aspect of the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets. The more people I help, the more money I make. The more money I make, the more people I help. The more strategy I have, the more intuitive freedom I have. It's a coexistence. So this is going to shift you so incredibly much. I'm so grateful for the way that came through in the training today, because we all needed it. Yeah, get get your default setting to neutral, because we have in our heads that we have to quantum leap this huge big amount, because it's all over the social medias, right? It's all over everywhere. I made, last month I made 5K and this month I've made 20K, and it's awesome. It can be done. I'm not saying it can't be done. It can definitely be done. Okay, but you will want to make that 20K month your new default setting in your energy. You want to make that your new default setting, because otherwise there's a big chance that you're going to go back down to nothing. This is the energetic steps. This made so much sense to me when it came through this morning, and again when it came through. Actually, it didn't come through this morning. The question was asked in the Infinite CEO membership training this morning, and it was elaborated on as I was channeling the information straight from God, straight from source energy, the universe, whoever it is that you pray to. And it came through in this way, and I was like, there's a lot of people that need to hear this information. The people that are posting these huge quantum leaps on social medias, you really want to be able to understand that they have now gotten evidence that this stuff works. So now it works quicker and faster for them. They have the evidence there. If you don't have the physical evidence in front of you, not just that you've seen other people do it and so I know it's possible, it's I've seen that I can do it, so I know it's possible for me. That is the difference. I know it's possible for me. It's happened before. It will happen again. I will quantum leap again. I know that I know that I know that I know that I will. That's the difference. It's not, oh, it's really good for them. Hopefully I'm next. I want to be next. Sending them love, even though in your heart, there's some part of you that's gone, I want that. So maybe there's a hint of that jealousy energy in through there. And it's like, well, you need to make sure that you're using that as inspiration of what is possible for you, instead of, oh my goodness, they're so lucky, whatever it is for them. It might be good for them, but I don't know how that's going to work for me. You need to have that physical evidence that it can work for you, and then it's leaps and bounds from there. Okay, so this has been very, very powerful, very, very impactful. I really hope to see you in the Infinite CEO for the month of August 2024. There's going to be the challenge that's going to transform our fear into faith, and that's going to be your new default setting. The faith is going to be your new default setting, because if you're putting out energy into the universe of, I want this manifestation to happen, and then any part of in that moment you have some doubt that comes into you, maybe I'm not capable of doing it, you need to be able to clear that out instantly and rebuild on the momentum and keep the momentum going. So that's what's going to be happening in August of 2024. The challenge that I've set and I will be doing will be in the portal. So even if you join after August 2024, the information will be in the portal for the Infinite CEO. So you can do that same challenge anytime that you want to. And yeah, let's get that business expanded. Let's get that life expanded and start living in an expanded way instead of a contracted, fear-based energy where now that's been done. That soul contract of fear and lack has now been fulfilled, and we can sign that and piss that off and now step into a new contract of expansion and money coming into you easily. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. And yeah, if this podcast has resonated with you, if you've loved it, please share it on Instagram in your stories, tag me in it, Megs Basili. Yeah, I love doing this podcast and I love helping people in this way. So let me know if there's a topic that you want me to channel for you straight from the divine source. And I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic morning, day, noon, or night, wherever and whenever you're listening to this. And remember to always know lots and be kind.